All right, so how would you have like capital ships in space battles, firing 30 feet from each other with fighters like in Star Wars, in like the Star Wars prequels and stuff? I said that I could justify it in 3 sentences. Let's see if I can. Oh, hold. We mustn't fire yet. No, not until we pass the deflection threshold with their shields. Now, Johnson, on my mark, I want you to transfer all power to the plasma batteries. Good. Just a bit longer, just a bit closer, just a little bit. Johnson, mark. And in 3, 2, open fire. That's it. Done. What we want is like the Master and Commander style, like Age of Sail, like capital ships, like sitting right next to each other, like firing, like at like 60 feet at most, with like fighters zooming in between, right? All you really need is the captain on the bridge, as they're getting closer and closer, just going, wait. You have to get past their shields. Hold. Stop pissing yourself. Fire. It's not even a suspension of disbelief sort of a thing. People will naturally just fill in the blanks of, okay, so there's a reason that we need to get closer. He said something about shields. It's probably because of the shields there. If you wanted to go a bit further and actually explain why it is that like the shields are so powerful that we can't use any longer range weapons, I would recommend having like a conversation with like one of the engineers or something like that. You've got a character who is new on the ship and it's just like, oh, well, how do we blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, no, so we've got the gravity shields, and that's for the really long-range stuff, and you've got the plasma coil shields, and they disrupt any, like, energy weapons that are anything closer than, like, I don't know, 60 feet. You've got the refraction cloud for the lasers, and the rest is just a shitload of armor and coolant systems. Yeah. I don't know, man, I'm an electrical engineer. Ask a physicist. Jerry! Oh, he's busy. Anyway, and then later, when you have a space battle and you describe these capital ships being very, very close to each other, people will just go, oh, the lady said that it was because they have all these different kinds of shields going on. Yeah. Is that going to be good enough for people? Is Minovsky particles good enough for people? It is. What are Minovsky particles? Fuck knows. Good enough for Gundam, it's good enough for me. Or, alternately, don't do any of that and just describe space battles where there are capital ships right next to each other, and that seems to be the thing to be doing at the time, and then just don't bother giving anyone a look behind the screen, because some people get annoyed by that. I like doing a little bit of like due diligence sort of world building for that, because usually I end up coming up with like a new mechanic or like a new storyline that I can run with by doing that world building. But it is not necessary. That's just something that I like to do. As I said, the Star Wars filmmakers apparently don't really consider their space battles like canonical to a full extent. They're just like, oh yeah, what is happening here is just a creative portrayal. They're not even bothering to do like that kind of a world building or that kind of a justification, and you don't need to either.